Hey, I got some beats. Listen, this is not done yet, so I'll go create a new track. How about a MIDI track? So on this MIDI track, actually on every new track, I want to have a compressor. Oh, it's now in folders. So I'm going to open the Dynamics folder, add a compressor. I'll also need an EQ that's in the EQ and filters folder, and grab me the EQ8. This is normally what I use by default on any given track, or at least the EQ. I can turn this off for now, but when I need it, it's there, so that's handy. I also usually use a gain staging plugin from Sonymous, and that's called Satson. That allows me to actually set the gain of the track before it hits the other plugins. It's really nice. It's got a subtle saturation as well and great filters. So these plugins I pretty much use on every track that I have in my projects. But listen, I don't really enjoy the fact that they've now put every audio effect in their own folder because it's just an extra step. So what I've done, and that's maybe not so much a hack, but a little tip. I've created a favorites folder on the collections, and in this I've actually put most of my favorite plugins that I use in pretty much every project. So they're a bit quicker to access. Use that to your advantage. But back to my track here. What if I could make it so that each time I create a new MIDI track, these plugins are already there? The EQ8 is there with an enabled low-cut filter. The compressor is there and my gain staging plugin is there. Well, it's very simple to do. You go to the track that you have the plugins on, you right click in the header, and all the way at the bottom it says save as default MIDI track. If I click this, a default MIDI track already exists. I don't care, I want this one. Do you want to override it? Yes, I do. Now, each time I make a new MIDI track, let me just delete this one. I make a new MIDI track. Boom, there they are. All the plugins that I need, and I can get to work right away. Same goes, by the way, for audio tracks. Let me copy this group of plugins and insert a new audio track. There's nothing on there right now, but I'll just paste the exact same plugins because it's very likely that I'm going to need these same plugins on audio tracks as I did on MIDI tracks. So again, I can go to the header of the audio track, right click and go save as default audio track. Seems to be an older one. Do you want to override it? Yes, of course. So again, audio track is gone. Create a new audio track. And there you go. All the plugins that I will probably need on this new audio track, on any new track, MIDI or audio, ready to go.